from my experience, because I've also done roadies and love school and all these, where we take away phones and we put them in a place and we make them do tasks and everything. I don't think it's possible for you to pretend for a long time in a situation like Bigg Boss. So if not me, at least the audience will come to know. And I don't think, because this game is about the audiences, because they make you win or lose. So I don't think it's a good idea. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody's going to hate me at the same time. So it all depends on what happens over there. As I said, there's no point on planning कि हम group में खेलेंगे या हम individually खेलेंगे. Sometimes you've lived with a person for 10 years and suddenly you like यार ये कौन इंसान, ये pressure में आके तो पूछा. What's the point of planning? हमने real life में इतना सब कुछ देख लिया, तो अब क्या ही करेंगे.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I am Rashita Sahani, and today joining me for a super interesting and fun conversation is Karan Kundrra, who's all set to rule the house of Bigg Boss 15. Hi Karan, how have you been?
I hope your introduction stays true. I hope I rule.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, firstly tell me Karan, how did you plan on doing Bigg Boss?
I did not. I did not plan at all. They have been getting in touch with me for the past, I don't know how many years now.
Yeah.
But I guess never, there's always something or the other that, used to keep happening and things were not working. I had a different perception about me, whether I'm good enough, or I'm cut for a reality show like Bigg Boss. So when I started meeting them, the first meeting happened, the second meeting happened, and somewhere or the other, a lot of discussions happened, and we spoke about all the good things, all the bad things that could happen, and somewhere I got convinced, and
because I remember every year we read your name on the list that Karan will be a part, but then we don't see you. So finally, I'm sure your fans are very happy that you have given your nod.
Yes, my fans are equally nervous. Of course, they're very happy they'll get to see me every day. They've already started trending me on social media, which is so sweet of them. I guess I do owe responsibility towards my fans, and they've been extremely kind, and they've showered me with their love throughout my career, and they've never let me go through a bad phase because of the kind of strength that they have. So this is definitely for them.
Okay. And a lot of times it's been said that whoever goes inside has a strategy in mind. Now, I don't think that's actually true because everyone just plays their own game. But what do you feel about that?
Yeah, I have a very simple logic towards having a strategy towards something like Bigg Boss, which is you cannot have a strategy. I have been giving the same example. For example, no matter what happens, when your sister gives birth and आप बोलते हो कि हम जाएंगे और हम अपने भांजे या भांजी को पहली बार हाथ में पकड़ेंगे तो हम ये करेंगे, आपको ऐसा फील होगा. Not till the point that you hold the baby in your hands, you don't know what's going to happen. So when you've not seen a situation, you can only imagine what you would do in a situation. When when you've never sat on a roller coaster, you can only imagine what it's going to be like. But जो push लगती है या जो feelings आती हैं, जो emotions होती हैं, वो तब तक नहीं आपको समझ में आते जब तक कि आप actually नहीं करते हो. Bigg Boss is a very challenging situation. You can only imagine. You've never put yourself in a situation like that. You've never been without your phone. You've never been without your loved ones. You've never been put in a house which has so much stress and so much of things going on. So आप planning कर सकते हो, but until unless you face whatever happens over there, you can't possibly of course you can make plans of how you're going to behave. Everything gets tossed out of the window. आप सब जब तक आपको नहीं मिलेगा pressure तब तक आप कुछ decide नहीं कर सकते.
Definitely agreed. And did you follow the Bigg Boss OTT season that just happened?
No, I follow Nishant. He's an old friend of mine. I follow Prateek because he was part of Love School, and he's a fantastic person, a very lovable boy. So उनको मैं follow करता हूँ social media पे, and you know so much comes. तो वो मैंने उनके updates देखे थे. Even Divya for that matter, you know she's Varun's you know better half, and उसके social media पे हम snippets देख रहे थे. उसके अलावा मैं कुछ खास नहीं देख पाया because you know we have such hectic schedules that you don't get time to sort of. In fact, I've never seen a proper season of Bigg Boss.
Oh,
They
okay.
will do, yeah, because I've always been either traveling or working.
Okay. And do you feel like the contestants of Bigg Boss OTT who are entering the Bigg Boss 15 house, they have sort of an undue advantage?
I mean, yes, I think as coming back to the point where you don't know what you're going to be like until and they face the situation. So yes, they have of course, they have already been in a situation where they've been locked in a house with people, and they've already dealt with that part. Now, you know, they're definitely stronger, because for me to go into a house and then realize what things are, for me to figure out my, you know, my probably my holding is going to take time, which they definitely have already you know succeeded at doing.
Definitely agree. Also, many a times we see that people actually do not show their true and real side inside the house, and people get to know when that happens, because that just doesn't come across as very natural. If you
Yeah.
deal with people who are doing that, how are you going to, you know, sort of behave or deal with them?
See, I don't know them personally, so I wouldn't know whether they're being real or they're being fake, or whether they're pretending to be somebody. But from my experience, because I've also done roadies and you know, love school and all these, where we take away phones and we put them in a place and we make them do tasks and everything. I don't think it's possible for you to pretend for a long time in a situation like Bigg Boss. So if not me, at least the audience will come to know. And I don't think, because this game is about the audiences, because they make you win or lose. So I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay. And as we have seen you earlier also, you know, you have been a part of reality shows. You have hosted reality shows as well. So you know the game pretty well. Do you think those things are going to help you inside the journey that you follow in BP House?
See, I'll be very honest. Even if we have, you know, done reality shows before, the audience has also seen those reality shows. So there's nothing that we know which is more than what the audience also knows. So it of course, you know, this is the first time that I'm going to be on the other side of the line, where I am being, you know, being put into such situations where initially I would have been putting people in situations. In fact, I think it could be a bit of a disadvantage, because I would probably be overanalyzing things, that why was this done? What were they thinking behind? What would I have been thinking if there was a situation like that? And it might not work for me. It might go against me, because, you know, you're in a pressure situation. You have trust issues when you're inside. You don't know how how the audience is reacting to what you're doing. So it might be in fact it could be a disadvantage. And you know, क्योंकि हम लोग जो करते हैं वो तो ऑडियंस देख चुकी है ना, वो तो सबने देखा हुआ है, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है हमारे पास एक्स्ट्रा जो हमने नहीं दिखाया है. I don't want to be overanalyzing things.
Okay. And you know yourself better than anyone else. So do you think you will be involved in the so-called groupism that happens, or will you be playing individually?
I don't know. See, I don't know.
Okay.
There's a natural inclination to people of the same vibe. You know, I'm not saying groupism. You are eventually being put in a house where you have nobody else but these people. You're naturally going to be fond of certain people. You're going to respect certain people. You're going to be irritated by certain people. So I am not looking at it this way. I'm looking at it in a very individualistic way, initially at least, for the matter. I have to understand what, you know, not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is going to like me. Not everybody is going to hate me at the same time. So it all depends on what happens over there. As I said, there's no point on planning कि हम group में खेलेंगे या हम individually खेलेंगे. Sometimes you know, you've lived with a person for 10 years and suddenly you like, यार ये कौन इंसान, ये pressure में आके तो कुछ, what's the point of planning? हमने real life में इतना सब कुछ देख लिया, तो अब क्या ही करेंगे?
Of course. And Bigg Boss is also known for love angles. So, I always ask this before the contestants enter, that what do you think about those angles that are created on the show? And are you open for it?
As I said, it's a natural inclination.
Okay.
Some people say कि यार ये सब बकवास है, ये इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि शो पे है.
Huh.
I disagree. You're
Definitely.
dealing with the set number of people for a long time. You're out of
Hmm.
touch with the actual loved ones, and you're cut off. So this is your entire universe. These 15 people, 16 people are your entire universe. You are bound to probably have become fond of somebody, or the other person could be fond of you. So because they हमने love school किया, हमने roadies किया.
Yeah.
At the same time, you have to have a level-headed understanding that things might change when you go out. Sometimes आपको लगता है कि नहीं यही है, everything is this, but eventually you realize that I used to give this advice to my contestants when I used to tell them that, listen, don't be over emotional because you are in a situation like this. Sometimes they will get immensely emotional or because एक task अच्छी तरह नहीं हुआ है, and I used to be like, bro, you're feeling like this right now because you think this is your entire world, but remember, you've come from somewhere and you're going to go somewhere. So I do not agree with the fact that people fake it. I'm quite sure that at that time they think they're not faking it. And am I open to a love angle? I don't think I have time for anything, or the energy for anything which is not going to be worth my while eventually. So I understand that it's a tough time inside, and kuch ho sakta hai, maybe somebody starts liking me, or I would want to know if it is just the show which is making you think like this right now, even if you think it's this thing, or does it have potential? So as I said, I don't have the energies for anything which is probably flimsy, and not even flimsy is probably the wrong word, which is because of the pressure that you are in. ये मतलब बाहर जाओगे और आपको लगेगा कि अरे यार ये तो ऐसा नहीं, इतना भी नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि अब तो फोन आ गया है, अब बाकी लोग आ गए हैं, तो ये इतना भी important नहीं रहा. So these things happen. I've seen it happening on my shows. So yeah.
Okay. And also, Karan, we see a lot of people entering the house to sort of give a push, either a push to their careers or restart. In your case, I can't say either of this is going to happen because you already have a very steady career going on outside the house. So what is sort of your motive to enter the house? Because I don't think you want the show to give a push to your career, because I think it's already going very fine.
Thank you. It's very nice that you believe in that, and I agree with you on most of it. I'm not doing it for the money. I am see, at the end of the day, Rashik, you have to understand that it is immense amount of exposure. It is the kind of exposure that nobody can give you. It is extremely challenging, the show. And at the same time, if I do it for the reasons that I'm doing it, it makes me extremely exclusive. The reasons that I'm in it for, I'm doing it. I have a responsibility towards the people who follow me, and it is not completely true that it gives you a bigger platform. It gives you a bigger reach to go and sort of, put yourself in people's hearts, because they're going to see the real you. At the same time, it could probably work for you, or it could probably not work for you. But yes, I would totally agree that it's a very big platform. How does my career benefit from it? It is absolutely up to me. There are so many ways people think. When Kitni Mohabbatein had come, it was a small channel, imagine, and the show became an overnight success, even on a small channel. After that, everybody thought that I will go and sign some big daily soap on a big channel. I didn't. I went and did a small show which was a crime show called Gumrah. But we made Gumrah into that. I've always done this, and when 1921 became a big hit, we made 32-35 crores in the first month. everybody thought कि यार ये मतलब ये तो नहीं करेगा, but I came back and I did Dili To Hai, and I continued with MTV. So I do whatever I feel like doing, and that makes my journey extremely unique, and that makes my placement on the show extremely unique as well, right? And a lot of people share the same opinion that you do, that I probably don't need to do the show for my career. I probably want to do the show for myself. I probably want to do the most challenging show of Indian television, the most well, it is the most challenging show of Indian television, for other reasons, not for the reasons that usually people do. So again, makes me unique.
Okay. Also, is there any pressure of what might happen outside? Because what I see, and what we all see, is that your fans will obviously support you, but the people you are not bonding well inside the house, their fans will sort of target you on social media, and there are so many hashtags created. Some are positive, some are negative.
When have I not been targeted on social media?
I know, yeah.
I have always done the right thing. See, what happens is when there's a war, somebody wins and somebody loses. So not everybody takes home the right kind of emotion. So if I've ever stood up for say a girl, where I've had to stand up for a girl and make sure that injustice does not happen, the other party obviously feels that they've had a bad run. So it's perspective. It's perspective from each parties, and I'm not scared of whatever happens, being targeted on social media, as long as I know for a fact that I have done whatever I did with the best of my intentions, with the best of my understanding or my knowledge of things. I am not afraid.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, thank you so much, Karan, for joining in. I'm really, really, really rooting for you and hoping to see you in the finale.
Thank you. Please pray for me.
Definitely, definitely. Take care. Have a good day.
Thanks, Rashida. Bye-bye.